Good afternoon, race fans. It's Ninth Gear Broadcasting, and we're back with the CMS Truck Series, and we are back at sunny Talladega. Kevin, how we doing this afternoon?
Man, Luke, this is the one we've been waiting for all season with CMS. We've marked it on our calendars, and the day's here. It's Talladega evening here with CMS. We got a 23 car field, and I'm super excited.
Hey, me too, Kevin. You know I'm a big fan of the Truck Series and Talladega, so I'm all about this race, and I'm definitely pretty pumped for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a 23 car field, and how about on your pole tonight? It's going to be Brian Shabelsky. And on his outside, it's going to be Davis Braun. Both of them with good lap times out here. They've had a great season. Seeing if they can continue their success. Second row is going to be ninth gear zone Tyler Vickery and Nick Donati. Third row is going to be Tommy Mitchell and Jay Dargert. Pierre Robitaille and Jeff Schmeier. Joe Nathan and Connor Patton. Ray Partridge and Jose Medina. Scott Kukas and Noah Loveridge. Jacques Richard and AJ Benish. Stelian Tarlev and Drew Lidke. Chris Hudson and Dennis, the janitor Pitzenbarger. Brian Faulkner and Tim Collier. And rounding out your field tonight is going to be Anthony James.
And we're in for a treat tonight, Kevin. I'm very, very excited out here, as I said before, and I know we got some things to talk about, but we're going to save it here for the, until we get a lap or two in, but Pace Truck's going to be making its way in here this time by. They're getting ready to go green out here for the first time of the afternoon.
Yeah, here we go. It's Talladega, first CMS Talladega race we've ever broadcasted, and I am more than pumped up for this one, Luke.
Honors are all yours, Kevin.
Hey, absolutely. I appreciate that. The command's going to be given to Brian Shabelsky on the inside. They're 2x2, waiting to get to the Geico restart zone. And we, for the first time ever, are going green at Talladega here.
Off we go, getting through the gears.
The flag is in the air. They're 2x2 racing. The 93 and the 124 of Vickery and Donati are going to be your pushers for now on first and second line. And pushing they are. A little bit of a gap there on the inside line. And you're going to see Donati fall into line very shortly, or very quickly, I should say, and they're now both pushing that inside line led by Brian Shabelsky. Vickery really giving the business to Brian Shabelsky, not lifting much at all here early in this one. They go through 3 and 4, getting up to their maximum speed. Hey, Devin, how we doing, brother?
What's going on, Devin?
Not too much lead changing so far. That second line's showing about 7 cars total. So the inside line really dominating this one so far. Brian Shabelsky, Vickery, Donati, Darger, all on that inside line. Davis Braun trying to start the lead of that outside line. Vickery goes up top and cuts off the speed there. He's now holding that second line strong. Tyler Vickery in the Navy car. Good looking scheme as he comes to the lead now on that high line. He saw the momentum and he went with it, and they have a lot of speed up there, Luke.
Yeah, he's now your race leader, Kevin.
And he's going to drop back low through the tri-oval as he sees some speed coming with Brian Shabelsky. That's going to make him be able to transfer around Shabelsky, but I mean, the top line's still getting it done, led by Davis Braun.
Yeah, they're moving.
And Jeff Schmeier up there. Connor Patton. Three laps into this one, we're still green. It's been a very clean race as of so far. But Davis Braun just trying to get clear of Tyler Vickery there on the inside. It's not going to happen. As they're racing side by side through 3 and 4 now.
Lines are pretty broken up there. They're not very tight right now, so.
Not the tightest. I mean, it's an 85 lap race out here. We're only 3 laps in. Maybe some of these guys on a little bit of a saving strategy, maybe trying to preserve their cars out here, as we only have one fast repair, so the rest is going to be left up to mechanics repairs.
Yeah, no doubt. Right now it's Davis Braun leading on the outside line right now. He's being pushed by Jeff Schmeier. Tyler Vickery on the inside line being pushed by Brian Shabelsky.
Yeah, and this backstretch has just been dominated by the outside line so far. So
Hold
we're
on, Stu.
probably going to see Davis Braun maybe clear here, but it doesn't look like it.
Oh,
It
we
looks
got a
like
three
that
wide
outside line.
situation.
Oh boy.
Joe Nathan, the
Pushing
number
it 3 wide is
6.
going to be the 6th car of Joe Nathan.
Boys are doing all right. Tyler Vickery currently leading this thing right now, Stroop. Let's see. We got Loveridge sitting 9. We got... let's see...
Donati 4.
Donati 4.
That is 6. I know that's who Stroop's going to be rooting for out here.
Oh, yeah.
Dog Bear 2 and 3 right behind Tyler Vickery. And that outside line, it's had its surges, Luke.
Yeah, it has. They definitely got a lot of speed here going into this back straightaway. Tyler Vickery, though, going to drop back down to the inside. Opt for the pushes there. Going down the back stretch. Davis Braun now leading on the outside line just by a hair.
5 laps into this one, I think on the fuel window, we're looking at I couldn't tell you, Luke. I know it's a little under 30 laps, if I had to guess. So, you know, we're definitely going to have to see some pits out here.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. A lot
Davis
more
Braun,
vehicles on the
holding
inside.
that top line strong. Davis Braun's going to drop in now onto the inside in front of Tyler Vickery. Jeff Schmeier will serve on that top line now. And both the Dog Bear guys are going to be holding the top line.
And they're looking to work together, trying to get their guys up to the front. Right now, Davis Braun and Tyler Vickery got a really good push going on the inside line.
Oh, absolutely, they do that. Outside line lost a lot of momentum there.
Yeah, it seems like they might be dying off a little bit.
Well, some of them, you know, made their transfers in, and it just seemed like they lost the numbers. But Nick Donati's going to take a crack at it now, out in front of Jeff Schmeier.
Tyler Vickery going with them.
Yep, here comes Vickery. Teammates working together on that top line. And it does find the speed. As it stands, that's a 9th gear 1-2, Luke.
That it is. And they're almost both clear. I think they might be. They're both clear on the inside, but they're both staying up high. The outside line has a hell of a lot of speed now. To clear 4 trucks.
Oh, and the
2 are going to make their way down. They're split a little bit. 9th gear guys stay up on the high line.
Yeah, and here comes the 3rd line, led by the 8 car of Ray Partridge. It looks like there's going to be about 3 takers onto that line.
Here we go. They're starting to settle in now, Kevin, and we're starting to get some racing. Pretty wide going down the back stretch. Jeff Schmeier leading the inside. 9th gear zone, Tyler Vickery leading the middle line. And Connor Patton on the 3rd line.
I believe that's Ray Partridge up there on that 3rd line.
Sorry, yes, Partridge, sorry.
That 3rd line, I mean, they're not dying off per se, but they haven't had the numbers that, you know, we'd imagine that they could get. It seems like that inside line still just has a plethora more cars than some of the other lines. The sandwich line's only seeing 3 right now.
Yeah, Noah Loveridge is with them. But they're still keeping up speed there despite only having 3 trucks right now. They're actually really moving. Tyler Vickery now back up to the lead. Despite having the least amount of trucks, they're now leading.
Yeah, they found speed where speed wasn't to be found, Luke.
2 clear.
They're going to make the drops.
3 clear. Is Noah Loveridge going to drop? Yes, they will.
Loveridge is going to drop. They're all clear, and they're all on the bottom line now.
What a pass by that middle line. When it's tight there, ooh, they're stacking up a little bit behind Noah Loveridge.
Stack up there on that inside line, but it's going to give the speed to the top line, and here comes Ray Partridge to the lead.
I wonder if he's going to slide down to that inside line as now he's being pushed by Carlo. They're both going to drop.
Yeah, 2 transfers there. That's going to give some speed
That's
back to
3.
the inside line, as it's
The
going to give him
janitor's
some
there in
numbers.
3rd. Oh, Tyler Victory below the yellow line a little bit. Him and the janitor get into it. Holding strong here. I think Vickery's got the inside there. Nope. And that was a close one there. Now the 24 car. Jose Medina leading that outside line.
Yeah, Schmeier's pushing him up there, and it seems like Jeff Schmeier stayed true to that top line for a good majority of this race.
About 11 laps into this thing, Kevin. We're looking pretty good so far all the way through. We've seen some good 2-wide, 3-wide racing most of this thing. And for what we've seen, it's been pretty clean here for the most part. Yeah, you think they're going to keep that up?
Yeah, hopefully, Luke. I mean, nobody's lost the draft so far, so that's the big thing. I mean, 23 cars out here, it's very easy to lose that draft, and I mean, once you do, you're killed. And it just seems like all these cars... Oh! I see one go low, though.
That's the janitor.
It's going to be the janitor. He's having some trouble now. Staying low, staying out of harm's way, though. Good on him.
Davis Braun dropping to the inside line behind Jeff Schmeier. And the janitor is definitely losing the speed. And as soon as we were saying everyone's still in that, you know, lead pack draft, I don't think he's going to have it. AJ Benish is now leading. Is now in the loose end of that backpack. Yeah, I think Dennis is going to lose that one now.
Unfortunate for him, but it's going to give Jeff Schmeier the lead, who was holding strong to that outside line. He found his way into the inside, and now he's going to lead the charge out here. I see another outside line foreman, though. They're about 4, 5, 6 cars strong.
Schmeier is still leading this thing, being pushed by Davis Braun and Ray Partridge.
Yeah, and it looks like there's a pretty big gap there on that inside line after about 6 cars, and maybe that's going to give some speed to the outside line to make something happen. But as I say that, it closes right back up.
Overall, though, it's been very clean here. Outside line losing a lot of momentum here. Now room for a lot of the guys on that inside line to form that second line more if they want. And Tyler Vickery looks like he's peeking at it.
Yeah, took a look at it. Not sure if that's going to be a full commit by him, but...
Yeah, it sure is. He's up there.
It is. And he's just waiting for Jose Medina to come give him some help.
And he's going to be there, going through turns 3 and 4. At the map, you see the janitor just now getting ready to enter turn 3, so he is really losing speed after falling off.
Yeah, you know, once you get out of that draft, it's no bueno.
No, sir. Very, very hard to catch back up. But Tyler Vickery now leading that outside line, and he's getting a lot of speed being pushed by Jose Medina. They're making a good run.
Yeah, there's about 6 of them up there now, and you know, that's, in my opinion, 6 cars is, you know, the ideal minimum for heavy drafting.
How about Tyler Vickery really making a run now? He's catching up to Jeff Schmeier. They got a good run going into turn 3.
Into this one though, Luke, and no actual incidents. I mean, we saw Pitts and Barger get loose and have to leave the pack, but I mean, no wrecking so far. So, is that going to be the pace of this race, or? I mean, this is some exciting racing. I mean, just no cautions.
Yeah, I mean, so far so good. If they keep having this exciting racing out here, I mean, I feel like there's one bound to happen, but I mean, so far so good. I don't want to jinx them or anything, but it's looking good, and if it stays this way, I'll be happy either way, honestly.
Absolutely. Outside line being led by Vickery and pushed by Medina still, but just doesn't seem like they have that much speed.
They definitely
They're
run a
maintaining,
little
but not gaining. You know what I mean?
Oh, the guys behind Vickery and Medina.
No, as I say that, a charge is being made by them.
Nope.
They're gaining cars.
How about that? Nick Donati now sliding up there to the outside line as well. Outside line's really forming together, and they've got a lot of trucks now, Kevin.
And Devin, that's a good point. That just might be a record start to the season. That's record clean laps. And, if you told me that it was going to be Talladega, I wouldn't have believed you, because big things happen here at Talladega Superspeedway. And speaking of big things, how about that big push from the outside line? They've made it all the way up to the inside line despite being in the turns. I'd imagine they're going to have a good run coming out.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Starting to get a good charge even to go into the tri-oval.
Side for the lead as they go through the turns. Jeff Schmeier going to hold on to it for now on that inside line being pushed by Davis Braun. Teammates up there working together. And look, usually we see that outside line just dominate through the back stretch, but it really seems like they found their speed through the front stretch and the tri-oval. Whereas that inside line, I mean, the entrance of the turns and the back stretch just been killing it. You think that's a number of cars thing?
I don't know if it's a number of cars thing. It just seems like that outside line behind Vickery and Medina just isn't running a very, very tight line. I feel like they're just not really giving the support to Medina so he can get the pushes up there to Vickery, in my opinion.
Yeah, and no one does it better right now than Jeff Schmeier and Davis Braun. They're on each other. Looking like tandem drafting out here. Ray Partridge as well, working with them. Stelian Tarlev. It just seems like that inside line really has it going right now.
I have to agree with you, Kevin. It's definitely the place to be right now. But Tyler Vickery still making it work there on the outside line as now he's getting
How about
the
that
door.
third line led by Nick Donati?
Oh,
Connor
boy.
Patton working it.
Look at that.
Noah Loveridge up there as well. Those three getting that third line cooking on lap 19.
Gotta wonder what Tyler Vickery's gonna do here now as he's got multiple teammates on that third line now forming. Starting to get a good run going, it seems. They're running a pretty tight line.
And as we say that, it just kind of dies off, but not giving up quite yet. It just seems like that inside line is the safety line right now, and we're only 20 laps into this one, so that's not surprising by any means.
Yeah, but either way, three-wide racing, always exciting.
Yeah, no doubt about that. It's a beautiful night here at Talladega, Luke.
Yeah, it sure is, Kevin. I'm always excited to be out here for Talladega in general. It's just always one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah, Devin, that three-wide racing sometimes can cause some unwanted incidents out here, especially on a track like Talladega. But we're on lap 20 now, and it seems like that outside line's found the numbers, and they found Tyler Vickery to the lead for a second before Jeff Schmeier takes it through the turns.
Gotta wonder if they're gonna have some good speed going into backstretch. Nick Donati
Oh, they're looking
now going
for
to
three
that
again.
third line.
Naughty.
He's got numbers now. He's got leverage and
Leverage of Leverage Motorsports.
Yep. Vickery now joining
Tyler
him.
Vickery is going to join them. That's going to split up that second line a little bit if they can link it up and get the speed going.
And it looks like they are. That middle line's getting a little stranded here now. That inside line
Two
really
cars.
kind of running away with it.
Here comes the charge by that third line. We knew they'd get the speed on the backstretch. Into the turn. Vickery's going about third, but inside line just definitely seems to be dominating this one so far. I feel like that's the place to be, even though, you know, you got to make transfers somewhere. I think I'd rather drop down into the second. We're back to 2 wide racing.
Jose Medina leading that second line now. Jeff Schmeier still holding strong on the lead on the inside. It's been a damn clean race so far, Kevin. I mean, if you would have told me we would have gotten over 20 laps green out here right off the start, I wouldn't have believed you, that's for sure.
No, and it's been hard racing too, so it's not a, you know, lack of these guys racing each other. I don't think we're seeing much lifting out here.
Just some very skilled
seems
driving.
like, absolutely. I gotta agree, Stroop. I think we're gonna start seeing the pits very soon.
Oh, there's the janitor. They're about to lap the janitor.
Yeah, and if you're pits and Barger, hopefully you're hoping for a caution here soon because he's now going a lap down.
Yeah, but he is the only one. So, I mean, you know.
Still the lucky dog candidate.
Exactly. Yeah, you gotta wonder, Kevin, did they form back down to that second line for the hits coming up here soon? You gotta be thinking about it.
You know, I'm sure these guys are all talking to their teams, just trying to figure out when they want to come into the pits, and then, you know, trying to get down onto that first line a good 1 or 2 laps before they do have to come in. It's very similar to like highway driving. You don't want to get in the slow lane, the grandma lane, until you want to get off and hit your exit. So
Exactly.
I'm sure it's in the back of their minds though.
Sure. They've been saying it's going to be about 29 to 31 on fuel.
Gotcha. The second line though, we're starting to find some speed again, led by Jay Darger up there. Or Jose Medina being pushed by Jay Darger. My apologies.
You know, Kevin, I can't lie. I'm a little nervous for the pit situation out here. I mean, we've seen all these green laps out of them so far, but how will they be able to handle the green flag pit?
Yeah, and you know, we've seen time and time again races out here at Talladega, Daytona, trucks like that. Just the dynamic gets changed after the green flag pits because so many of the guys lose the draft. Just the smallest mistake, the smallest tire lockup, they lose enough time. At full speed, I think about 7/10 of a second behind someone is where you start losing that draft. We see Vickery come into the inside line. Maybe he's tired of the outside. Maybe he's thinking about pits. Can't really say for that.
Yeah, Jeff Schmeier, he's definitely been leading a considerable amount of laps out here. But Jose Medina getting a good run on that second line now, Kevin. When they're starting to make a good run.
And Donati, third man back there, he's held strong to that second line for a good chunk of the evening.
And just wanted to get a quick look here. We got 4 tire sets on the night, so I mean...
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't think tires
I don't
are
think,
that big of an
yeah.
issue.
I was
You
going
can
to say the
probably
same.
get through the night on, you know, one change if you had to.
They really are feeling it, though.
Yeah, as wide as this track is, you'll feel it some, but it's not wearing too hard, especially with it being wide open.
Right.
Only 3 guys still out there. Everyone else has found their way in to that second line. Nick Donati found his way in now, so only 2 remain. I'm sure the guys will start thinking about pitting.
No doubt, Kevin. And the window's, I believe, opening up this next time by.
Yeah, and they definitely got to come in here soon, so it's going to be interesting to see who comes in and who takes what. If the name of the game is getting out as fast as you can. Coming through turn 3, I think I see some hands out the window, Luke.
I think I might as well, Kevin.
Right off of 4s when they start thinking about it, and here they come. We have at least 1 taker, and all we can see is RVs.
Nope. I'm seeing Vickery, Donati, Patton, Loveridge, and Binish all making their way in, and a little bit of a spin out for Noah Loveridge on the way in. Saw Binish brakes lock up just a little bit. But the rest of the guys stay out.
Yeah, unfortunate there, but a little bit of an early pit from the Loveridge team and the 9th Gear team. The rest of the guys stay out. I'd imagine some more are going to come in here. First out of that group is going to be Tyler Vickery. Any more takers here? I'm seeing none.
Nope. Everyone else electing to stay out here, except for Brian Fackler, who is sliding into the grass. Blinking out a little bit, it seems, and a smoking motor, maybe. Ooh, as he collides with his pit stall. Unfortunately, I think Noah Loveridge a little off pace there after that one. Maybe he took a unsafe entry. But Donati and Vickery, they're going to get linked up here. The rest of the guys, though, getting ready to enter that area again where they can make the jump down to pit road.
I see someone thinking about it, but still no takers.
Yep, 94. We see a lot of the guys going in. A lot of the guys going in. Robitaille, Lidke, Hudson, Collier, Zabelski. 6 guys all going in. Jeff Schmeier's still out there, though. And
Yeah,
here's
looks
the
like
race
Dog
gets
Bear's
shook
gonna
up.
stay out late here.
Making their way around some of the guys who have just made their way out of pit road. AJ Binish and Connor Patton. They settle down in front of them. Kind of split some of the guys behind them now, though. These leaders still haven't taken their pit now. I believe they're going to have to take it either this lap or the next, I imagine. And yep, here they come. Stelian Tarlev right now, your race leader, showing the battle box. Him, Joe Nathan, Jose Medina, and Jay Darger. They have not taken their pit just yet.
Yeah, as well as Richard and James, so there's 6 of them staying out. It's 2 different packs, though, right now.
And we see Davis Braun, Tommy Mitchell, Jeff Schmeier, Patridge, and Kukas all in the pits right now. Tim Collier on his way out of the pits. What's going on, Lisa? And there's the pits from Joe Nathan, Darger, Medina, and Tarlev. And they're wrecking in front of the pit entrance. 3 involved.
They're wrecking hard. That's 4 cars. Medina goes around.
Green flag is still in the air, though, Kevin, and they're still spinning a little bit in the
Very
entrance.
surprisingly, green flag is in the air.
Oh, no.
Well, look, I'm to say the least surprised to see the caution not come out there, but we're still racing, and it looks like Richard's going to be the last one standing out here.
It's Canadian? Is it Jacques Richard?
Beats me.
Sounds pretty cool. Either way, he's leading this thing right now in the all-white scheme. A good-looking car.
Oh,
But he's going to make his way into the pits now. I believe that currently leaves your race leader as, you know, next car on the field is Joe Nathan right now, making his way out of the pits. But Davis Braun, Jeff Schmeier, Partridge, and some of the other guys all making their way to try to catch them. And they're coming up with a lot of speed, going for the pass on the outside. Davis Braun, now your race leader.
Yeah, Richard coming in for the pit now.
I believe we've about seen the full pit cycle now, Kevin.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna benefit Davis Braun as he's gonna come out in front on the other side.
And how about Donati and Vickery now making a run on the outside line? They're starting to get a run going.
Yeah, if there's any speed up there on the top.
And damn, there sure is. They're moving.
Yeah, they are trying to side draft any bit they can.
Vickery now doing good pushes to Donati, and now he's at the door of Davis Braun. But they're approaching one of the lap cars there. Lap car opting to stay on the low line. And that's going to force all those guys on the inside to go up to the second line. Donati and Vickery kind of slide up there between that second and third line a little bit. They still retain speed. Davis Braun and Jeff Schmeier pushing away on the inside.
50 to go, Luke.
And we've seen the pit cycle, Kevin. How do you feel about this thing now?
Yeah, it was very odd pit cycle. You know, we saw two incidents. First on that first entrance of about 6 cars, and then we saw about 4 cars stack up happen, and we stayed green through both of them. So, you know, a lot of these cars are hurt, as you can see on the track map. A lot of separation now. So, you know, the more these cars get separated, the more prone they are to stay in green. So, I think after the first one, it's looking like we're going to have some green flag racing out here. Not to try to jump in.
We'll have to see out here, and the backpack is currently led by Connor Patton. AJ Binish pushing him too wide in that second group. And probably not what they want to be doing if they want to catch up to that lead group, but Nadi and Vickery really making it work on that outside line, beside, you know, only being the only 2 guys up there.
Yeah, very surprising to see that. Maybe some side drafting going on, but whatever it is, it's working.
Oh, yeah. Vickery giving some good pushes to Donati, maybe. But no other takers up there on that second line besides the 2 of them. Still got a lot of racing left out here, though, Kevin. You know, there's still a lot of time for everything.
Absolutely.
Guys are staying pretty spread out, pretty much single file most of the way through, besides Donati and Vickery fighting for the lead. But we're seeing a couple other guys split and make their way up there. Chris Hudson's going up there with him, it seems.
Yeah, you know, you see lurking towards the back a couple more cars thinking about taking that high line.
Yeah, that might help Nick Donati and Tyler Vickery's case. As I imagine Tyler Vickery has to be needing air there going through these turns, as he's making his way down to the inside line now. Gonna leave the room for Donati. Now that's unfortunately gonna kind of strand Chris Hudson now, but he's got 2 trucks now behind him.
Third line led by Can-Am's own Chris Hudson. Finding some speed now. Or second line, I apologize. Davis Braun on that inside line, getting it done. Schmeier pushing him hard, but Chris Hudson up top trying to find it. They're there now. They got the speed on the second line up there, and I'd say it's almost about even numbers as far as cars on the inside and cars on the outside, as far as, you know, through the top 4 lines goes. Coming up on some more lap traffic now. A lot of the guys going up to a second line, but appears to hit third line just because of the lap traffic. Line led by Chris Hudson, getting some speed. We know they have the numbers, especially now. It seems like that second line has really picked it up.
Donati and Vickery are running behind him. We see someone back there splitting for that third line a little bit, or at least peeking at it. Outside line now having the numbers. Hudson briefly leading that thing on the outside, but now Davis Braun leading again on the inside. Oh.
Yeah, look, we've closed in on halfway through this race, and it seems like smooth sailing right about now.
Yeah, it's been a lot of green flag racing, Kevin. We see 15 guys a lap down now.
15?
Yep. Soon to be 14. Anthony James is the next victim.
Wow. Seems like it's about half and half then on the field. I mean, a couple more cars on the lead lap as opposed to a lap down, but Anthony James going down. It seems like cars are just following this dominant top group that's getting it done out here.
3 wide now. Nick Donati leading the charge on the third line with Tyler Vickery and Noah Leverage.
Yeah, and they've kind of split up that middle line with Chris Hudson and
Donati now going down to the second line.
yeah, Noah Leverage fighting for that lucky dog spot if he were to see a caution, so there's no doubt he's going to be racing as hard as he can out here.
And he's racing the number 75. Either Richard or Richard.
Oh!
Oh boy.
Outside line, just coming out of nowhere, Luke, and another Vickery up in the lead now. Noah Leverage
And they're
put
moving.
himself back on the lead lap.
They are moving, that's for sure. Got Joe Nathan and Chris Hudson behind them. Another looking to join. Maybe 2 more.
It's going to give a lot of speed to this outside line. Vickery's going to drop in.
He's going to try. Leverage tries as
Oh.
well, but he's not clear.
Yeah, 25 goes up a little as well.
It's into Davis Bronx a little bit.
A little bit of trading paint going on.
Donati now giving Leverage the push. Noah Leverage
settle
now
back
leading
to
the
2
outside
wide.
line, and he's trying to get back on the lead lap.
Absolutely. He's back on the lead lap.
He is. Him and Nick Donati. But the push is working on the outside, and Vickery on the inside leading. There's the transfer.
Oh, and it's
A little spicy,
it's
but
not-
they got it.
It's not perfect, but it worked, and now it's going to be Donati, Vickery, and Joe Nathan. Joe Nathan on that top line. Now your race leader is Noah Leverage, who's actually not your race leader because he's a lap down.
You're unofficial race leader. It's the spirit that counts. They're making a good run right now.
Yeah, Vickery goes back up top. Tyler Vickery sees some speed on that high line. Here they come. Vickery shot out of a cannon being pushed by Joe Nathan up there going into the turns. He's going to be moving in the second line for now.
stands, though. It's a ninth gear 1-2, Kevin.
Yeah, and here comes Donati on the inside. The hauling around Noah Loveridge. And, you know, Luke, we saw that pit window was about, what did you say, 30 laps? So they've got about 10 more in the tank. Try to push this to one more pit stop on fuel if they can. Joe Nathan getting through and around, though. And he's going to move to the lead, and that's going to transfer things all around. Vickery stays high. Loveridge goes high, and Donati goes low.
They're shuffling around out here, that's for sure.
Quite the transfer there. Yeah, unfortunately, Ninth Gear unable to broadcast last week's race, but did hear Tyler Vickery had a good run, led some laps out there, so.
He's looking promising tonight, though. For sure.
Absolutely. And how about Joe Nathan? I mean, it seemed like those lines were clogged up, and he found his way through to be able to come in and lead a line. He's running the inside.
Loveridge now going to drop to the inside, and that's going to strand the number 216.
Yeah, Anthony James up there. Not much speed, and he's already a lap down, trying to fight up to Noah Loveridge and find the speed to regain that position for the Lucky Dog contention. A lot of the guys have filed back down to the inside line. It looks like that second line is going to be led by Jose Medina.
It's just him and Anthony James up there right now in the second.
Yeah, both lap cars both trying to catch up to the 10 car to get that Lucky Dog spot back.
Well, Loveridge opting to kind of run a little high there, split him up a little maybe.
Think about going up there to take charge of that. Not sure if he had it. He came back down though.
He elects to stay with Tyler Vickery.
Yeah, I think that's a smart move. That inside line is moving right now, Luke.
Yeah, no doubt. Officially 55 laps green this next time by, Kevin. Actually, right now, this time by, sorry.
That second group back, they've got about 5 guys. They're back to 23 seconds now. They've slowly been losing time. Hopefully they're, just single file stretching it out as much as they can.
Yeah, they certainly are. Just trying to make do with what they can right now. And unfortunate for them. Back up here to your race leaders, though. Still about the same situation we saw when we left.
Those lap cars on the top side, though, definitely giving the guys a run for their money out here.
Yeah, they're trying to fight and get in front of Noah Loveridge so they can get, on that lucky dog position, but Noah Loveridge up there pushing the living shit out of the bumper of Tyler Vickery, just doing what he can to stay in front of him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will say, Luke, the fuel window's just about opened up to the point now if they came in to take as much fuel as possible and get to the end of this race with it. That's not to say some of the guys aren't going to stay out another good 5-6 laps, but if they had to, they could come in whenever now. Window's open.
And we saw a wide range of pit strategies this last time, so wonder what the guy's going to do this next time. No takers this early, it seems. All of the guys in the lead group elect to stay out. Let's see about these guys in the second group. They're rounding, getting ready to round turn 4. They opt to stay out as well.
Yeah, I think within the next 2 laps, we'll at least see it start. Chance starts now. Doesn't look like any takers.
Nope, and those 2 guys on that outside line, Medina and James, definitely having to stop that bump drafting they're doing to let Anthony James get some breathing room there. But they're in the third car now, and they're going to start to maybe get a little bit of a run going. Trying to catch Noah Loveridge.
Yeah, and as you can see, even into the turns, that second line's getting some speed going.
Noah Loveridge now
goes up for the
transferring.
block.
He's gonna block it. Oh shit. Wrong one.
He comes back down though, and that's going to split them up to
A little bit of a 3-wide situation.
a little bit of a 3-wide situation, and definitely going to make them lose some speed. So a good move by the 10 car. Another lap of staying out though. I'd imagine these guys have to start thinking about it.
Yeah, and I just wonder what that second group's going to do. What would you do if you were running that second group, Kevin? To try to, you know, get back closer to these leaders.
I think the strategy has to be stretching as long as you can. You know, if the caution comes out, that puts them in a really good position, but I don't know. I think the last thing they can do is put themselves all the lap down. So, whatever strategy prevents them from doing that.
And the leaders are now getting ready to approach the lap car of Brian Fackler, who will be approaching this 18th lap down. He would need quite the race shakeup to be back in this thing, unfortunately.
Absolutely. He's sitting pretty on that second line right now, so where's he going to go to get out of the guy's way is the question.
Looking like he's going to stay on that third line.
Go up high for him. Good call there.
Second line getting a run now.
Yep, and they're kind of making it 3-wide again. All trying to put themselves in that lucky dog position. 75 car as well.
You know, with the pit window open, Kevin, being 3-wide, this has got to be a scary situation for some of these guys up there on the second and third line.
Yeah,
and
especially with the pits coming in.
We see the first group of takers. Vickery making his way in. We see Donati, we see Loveridge. I'm seeing Robitaille and Zabelski, Hudson.
It's all the Loveridge, all the 9th gear, and all the Can-Am guys coming in now.
I'm seeing Patton Binish on the way out. Binish going to probably be trying to leave right in front of the other 9th gear guys. And Joe Nathan, Davis Braun, Jeff Schmeier, and Ray Partridge going to be your four staying out.
That second group came in a lap before, so they're going to get out in some good time.
And this is the second pit cycle, Kevin. This is where it gets interesting.
Oh, yeah. I'd imagine we're going to see a lot of pits coming in either on this lap or one very soon. Not going to be this one.
it definitely the field definitely split up right now, Kevin. It's always a scary time during these pit transitions where these incidents can happen. All these guys going at different speeds.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we got 2 lap cars there up in the front, pushing around, being pushed around by Joe Nathan. I'd imagine we're going to see the pits here, Luke, if I had to take a guess.
And
oh, only one
there's
taker.
One. It's going to be Jose Medina.
Jose maybe thinking people are coming in with him, but no sir.
Nobody. This guy's got to be probably getting ready to run on fumes here, if not already. They're approaching 2 guys who are going way slower than them.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
They were stacked too wide there for a minute. I got a little nervous, but they opt to both go to the high line and let the leaders around. Good on them.
Only one more
Anthony
coming
James going in, it looks like.
They're really stretching this.
Joe Nathan, Davis Braun, Jeff Schmeier, Ray Partridge, and that's about it. Really looking to stretch this thing out.
Yeah, Devin, one could make the argument that you could be the issue.
Now I gotta see the, now I gotta read the chat.
Well, he's saying it's going green, the one race he misses.
Yeah. I sure wonder why that is.
Look, let's take a look at last lap times real quick to see the difference between some of the guys that took early. I mean, that's over a second. Those guys that stayed out late are probably going to come out a decent bit ahead at least. I think 4 guys, though. And I'd imagine here they come.
There they go. Except for Joe Nathan.
Split it. Yeah. Joe Nathan gets stranded a little bit. He's going to lose some speed in doing so, unless this group can come give him some pushes.
And Joe Nathan, I'd like to point out, he last pit on lap 32.
Yeah, insane. I mean, we're going on 85 almost, and he's really stretching the fuel.
And the rest of those guys cycle around and start to get ready to make their way out of the pits. Joe Nathan's still leading this thing. Gotta wonder what he's gonna do here. Devin not disagreeing, and no surprise there, Joe Nathan gonna make his way into the pits. That currently leads Ray Partridge, your race leader right now. Jeff Schmeier, Davis Braun, but Tyler Vickery and the rest of the fellas up to full speed, trying to make the catch on them.
Yeah, they're hunting, Luke.
They're about 3 seconds off right now and gaining, as those 2 in front of them are only linked up by 2. 2 behind them as well. So they're definitely not linked up in the position to really outrun these 4, 5 that are running right now. That's Tyler Vickery, Nick Donati, and I believe Noah Loveridge. We also see the 43 car. And Chris Hudson and the, what is that, the 24 car. It's going to be, oh no, sorry, 21 car. 21 car. It's going to be Drew Lidke. But those guys up there in the lead, they've linked up now, and now they've got 4. The separation now, you see on the map. 20 laps to go, and here reads your top 20. Only 14 cars on the lead lap right now.
Yeah, and Joe Nathan, he's lost the draft. He'll maybe try to file in and find the draft in this group that's coming up. About 4 seconds back.
There's your race leaders right now passing by. And there's that second group. So they're not too far off a pace right now, Kevin. They're running about 4 seconds off. 3 seconds off. Joe Nathan going to get filed in with them. Tyler Vickery giving him a good bump. They're just going to keep that run going.
Yeah, and you know, they probably could have gotten around Joe Nathan there and forced him to the back, but they're just going to make the business decision of adding him onto the group and making it a 6-person draft for us.
It's going to take them a minute to establish this. They're about 5 seconds back right now.
Yeah.
This front four are making a good run right now. So they're going to get a 5th now. Making his way out of the pits, I believe. That's going to be the 56 car. Or no, sorry. Someone behind him. I can't even see who it is. 24, I want to say. The 94, sorry, that's the janitor. Second group, they're about 5.3 seconds back now.
Still losing time.
Yeah, maybe not figuring it out quite yet. 17 laps to go. Running single file, they're going to have to if they want a chance to catch these leaders, as now they're starting to get filed in.
To go here. This one's led by Ray Partridge.
And this has been a very, very clean race so far, Kevin. I mean, I'm just astounded how clean this has been.
Yeah. Joe Nathan gonna fall back a little bit. They're just gonna make their way around him.
Vickery leverage into Noddy. Opting to get around him. Realizing that he ain't working up there in the front, trying to make the business decision and get around him. And now they're starting to gain back time, slowly but surely.
If that helps them in the long run. It's gonna have to be a lot though, Luke. I mean, we only have 15 laps to go out here.
5.5 seconds. They got to start digging, and they got to start digging now.
Absolutely.
Especially with these leaders running single file all the way through. Now Vickery and the guys in that second group starting to lose some speed. A little split up there, it seems. No leverage. And looking at the clock, Kevin, Tyler Vickery gaining a lot of time right now. They're moving.
Yeah.
Close the gap to 5.5 seconds. They were just sitting at 6, going out of the exit of turn 2. They might have found their groove, but did they find it too late with just 13 laps to go when those leaders cross the start-finish again?
Yeah, stuck at about 5.7 seconds right as you say that.
And they're trying to see what they can do, but don't know if it's going to be enough. 13 laps to go. I guess the question's got to be what's going to happen here once these the leaders split up a little bit and start racing for the win. Tyler Vickery and the rest of the guys just struggling to really find that group to make up time, it seems. They're stuck right at about that 5.6, 5.7 second mark, and they have been for a couple laps now. Now Ray Partridge getting kind of stranded up there. Jeff Schmeier now leading this thing with Davis Braun giving him the pushes. It's going to force him way back there behind two of those lap cars. A little bit of breathing room now for Vickery, maybe. They're gaining about a tenth of a second. I don't know if it's at the pace they need to catch up to these leaders. I think Ray Partridge losing a good bit of speed there. Barely clinging onto the draft. Stuck at about 5.5 seconds is fourth place and on. Sorry, 5.5 seconds. They just don't seem to have it linked up well enough to get it going consistently to make up time. It's just 10 to go. Single digits this next time by. Jeff Schmeier looking good out here. It's him, Davis Braun, and Ray Partridge really fighting for the lead out here. Two lap cars with them. That's the 56 and the 94. Janitor and Stallion Tarlev. Now Vickery, Nathan, and Hudson Donati now 6 seconds plus back off.
How we doing, Luke?
Well, unfortunately, the guys in about fourth place and on have all knocked it back down to about 6 seconds back. They were making up good time there for a little while. Got it down to about 4.4, but or 5.4, sorry, but not quite enough it seems. But we're single digits out here on the lap counter. It's going to be 8 when they cross by this time. Jeff Schmeier and Davis Braun leading this thing. Ray Partridge there. He's settled back behind the lap cars there in that group. What is the team situation looking like right now, Kevin, for these guys up front?
Dog Bear's sitting 1, 2, 3.
Gotcha. Seven to go. Jeff Schmeier still leading this thing. got to agree with you, Lisa. Definitely that second group praying for a caution out here, and so is the rest of the guys in the lead lap.
Let's take a look at them real quick. I saw on our timer that Joe Nathan had made a pass on Donati briefly, so maybe they're racing each other at this point.
Yeah, maybe. Regardless, the rest of the guys probably praying something happens. But now the leader's starting to approach that, another group of guys getting ready to approach a lap down. It's going to be AJ Binish, Tommy Mitchell, Scott Dukas, Connor Patton, Pierre Robitaille on that group. They'll probably catch up to him before the end of the race, I imagine. And it's going to be right into this turn, Kevin, actually. Sorry. Goodness. They are moving, and they are moving fast.
Absolutely.
Definitely called on, and there's the caution. Our
caution.
first caution comes with 6 to go.
Oh,
and
no.
that completely shakes this race. Noah Loveridge is reading a crash. And we see some tire smoke and a loose front bumper for Noah Loveridge. And we're going to have to go back and take a look at how that one happened, Kevin. That was in that second group. Took our eyes off him for a minute there, and it happened. I cannot believe we got that many laps in, Kevin. Given the bumps. Oh, I think he thought he was clear there on the number 6. He goes for a fucking tumble. Maybe he thought he was clear of the number 6 of Joe Nathan and just wasn't.
Go back and take another look at that. There we go.
See Joe Nathan splitting the inside there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's close.
It's a very close one.
We see the 6 go up a little bit, then we see the 10 go down a little bit there at the end, and just enough to get them together. And at these high speeds, I mean, just look at that.
Sending Noah Loveridge for a tumble. But his truck's still running, so all things considered, he seems to be alright. He's still driving out there, but we go back green out here now, Kevin, and Nick Donati making his way into the pits. We're seeing Loveridge going in as well. May not have been the biggest caution, Kevin, but that's our first one, and very well might be our only one out here if they stay on the pace they were at, Kevin. And Jeff Schmeier, Davis Braun, Ray Partridge, and Tyler Vickery going to read your top 4 when we go off this restart. Yeah, a lot of those guys got to be happy, but one that probably isn't is going to be Noah Loveridge. So now he's fallen back to 20th place, still in the pits. It's not going to take us to a green-white checkered, Kevin. It's going to take us to 3 to go here when we go green, I do believe. Maybe, maybe not. I don't think so. Maybe it might be 2 to go when we go green. We're seeing the group get bunched back up, and that's going to really change the dynamic in the end of this restart, Kevin. This is going to be a very bunched up end to a Talladega race, something we're very, very familiar with.
Absolutely. We've seen our fair share of last 5 lap restarts, and they never end pretty, Luke.
No, they never do, Kevin, and it's going to be an interesting one out here. They aren't going to have too much time out here. It's going to be 2 to go when we go green, so they're going to be really digging to try to make something work right off this restart.
Yeah, look, what is the green-white check code situation? I think it's 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Uh, I'm not able to see one. I imagine it's probably going to be 1. If I can take a guess. But it's tough to see. Not actually seeing it, but either way, we're bunching up here now.
Gonna be going green this time by Luke, and I think it's gonna be an exciting one.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, Kevin. We haven't seen the field this bunched up since the initial start of the race. And we saw some 3 wide racing when that happened, so I imagine we're going to be in for a treat out here, as it's going to be 2 to go here when we go green. So it's going to be some very, very intense racing, I have to imagine. Going out of this exit, it's going to be our first restart of the afternoon with just 2 to go when we go green. Jeff Schmeier and Davis Braun going to be taking the jumps out here on the inside and outside. Pace truck is in, and they're approaching the very delayed Geico restart out here at Talladega.
Absolutely. Here we go, Dog Bear up front, but some of the guys behind them giving a second life.
Sun's starting to set, Kevin. This is going to be a beautiful finish to a race.
And we are green here at Talladega.
And there's the restart, Kevin. They got to be pedal to the metal out here. Off the jump, Dog Bear, both settling down to the inside. Tyler Vickery leading the outside line now. He's getting pushes by the 43 of Chris Hudson.
And Joe Nathan up there as well, trying to get up to speed.
And they're making a good run now. Tyler Vickery with some speed. Him and Chris Hudson are really starting to get a good run going now, Kevin, on that second line. A couple of the other guys starting to bunch up behind them. They've got numbers starting to make their way up behind them here. They might have some more...
Joe Nathan comes back.
And they might have some more trucks here going out of this exit, and white flag this time by. Will we see it?
Yeah, here comes the white flag. Last lap. Here we go.
It all comes down to this, Kevin. We're seeing the third line split.
Line.
And it's just the number 6 he tries to go for it, and no one goes with him. Nick Donati now making his way up there.
Here comes that outside line.
Tyler Vickery. He's got speed.
They've settled back in, going into 3 and 4. It's led by Jeff Schmeier and Davis Braun on the inside line. Dog Bear trying to hold on to one here.
You see the third line split.
Gonna have one last surge. Here they go.
Getting ready to go through the tri-oval. Passing a lap car, it's Jeff Schmeier. Schmeier, Braun, and Partridge.
Oh, Dog Bear 1, 2, 3 out here. Wow, what a finish. What a race.
And what an exciting one out here. And a great win for Jeff Schmeier and his team.
Absolutely. That whole team should be happy.
We wait for the unofficial results to show on screen now. Reads Jeff Schmeier with the win, Davis Braun in second, Ray Partridge in third, Tyler Vickery in fourth, Brian Zabelski in fifth, Nick Donati in sixth. But a good win for Jeff Schmeier.
We head on over to the broadcast room to try to get some interviews in now.
Some victory shitties there for Jeff Schmeier.
Yeah, and that whole
And
team's
the rest
probably
of
burning it
yep,
down.
and the rest of Dog Bear. I imagine we're waiting for them to finish those before they make their way over here.
I'd imagine so.
We're waiting for the guys to make their way over here for the interviews. Yeah, that was a great race for everybody there. That was a nice one. A very, very exciting restart there, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And, we almost went cautionless out here, Luke, but I suppose we can't always get what we want.
No, sir, but either way, I mean, we saw way more green flag laps than I expected, that's for sure. And,
Should I go yell at him?
maybe.
Here they come.
Oh, there they come.
I'm gonna see if I can get them all in here at the same time. I think, I think that'd be a good time.
Would be.
Getting the team together here. There's a second waiting on Davis. I'm gonna see how far I can get him, or how many
There
I
they
can get
are.
at once. Invite, invite, invite. Come on, everyone on in at once. We're gonna get a team interview in here. Come on in, Ray. Absolutely. How we doing, guys?
Fantastic.
I'd imagine so, Jeff. You got the win, I hear. The team got the 1-2-3, so we had to bring them on in and see how you're feeling.
It was
First off, go ahead.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Absolutely. First, I want to talk to Jeff. I mean, you held that line and just all the way through, it looked like you were going to be the winner and you were able to get it done. I mean, was there ever any doubts?
When we got that last caution with like 4 to go, we were very distraught because we had the thing in the bag, but we talked it out during the caution and made sure Davis, the three of us were able to lock back together, and yeah, we just took it all the way to the end.
Absolutely. And, off the restart, it looked like that inside line had the momentum throughout the majority of it. So, seeing, I think it was it Ray sitting in second that dropped in? One of you guys dropped in, so you guys were all on that line together. Was that something you guys had kind of planned out during those pace laps?
Yeah, that's exactly what we were planning on doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we were. Once we got together, like near the beginning of the race, we didn't leave each other's bumpers the rest of the race.
Absolutely. And I gotta ask, had the caution not have come, were you guys planning on, racing each other out there for a couple extra points, maybe some extra positioning there in those last couple laps, or did you have an order that you had planned out to cross the checkered line at?
Well, I can't speak for Ray or Davis, but I wasn't planning on moving around.
I hadn't
Absolutely.
got that far in my thought process. Honestly, that was the last lap decision.
Yeah,
So
exactly. We weren't taught. Yeah.
Hey, that's the way to do it. And I gotta ask Davis, was there ever any thoughts of trying to put a move on? I know you were a little gridlocked there at the end after on that restart, but was there ever any plan of trying to put a move on Jeff and maybe try to get yourself a win out here?
I'll be honest, not really. So like I told them in that caution break, so because of the Windows update, I didn't have a spotter the whole race. So after that restart, I pretty much had no idea where I was at any point. So I was just kind of focused on Jeff's bumper and pushing it. Yeah, and that's pretty much just what I was focused on, and it really worked out really well with all three of us getting the top three. Like, what a perfect race from us.
Absolutely. And Ray, I gotta ask, we saw you, side by side battling the 124 car of Tyler Vickery there at the end. How much did, getting the 1-2-3 mean to you? Was there ever going to be any lifting? I know a 1-2-4 wouldn't have sounded as great.
No, yeah, I had my foot in it all the way. I was wondering how that lap car was going to affect us at the end there, but I kept my foot in it, and Davis had his foot in it, so I was as close to Davis as I could get without hitting him. But luckily we had a little bit of a gap, and I didn't have to lift at all, and was hoping I got third when I didn't know until I crossed the line and saw the final standings whether I got third or not, because I wasn't sure.
Absolutely, and I gotta ask all you guys now. You got the momentum. The team definitely has the momentum. Getting a 1-2-3 out here tonight. How can you take that momentum and come talk to me again next? Is it next week or week after for Charlotte? We'll go Jeff first.
We'll see. I mean, I do kind of like Charlotte. It's one of those where you really got to save your stuff. So, um, yeah, it's all down to just uh, saving your stuff and working together still.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely some teamwork. Davis, I gotta ask you, we've seen you win at tracks like Charlotte in the previous season, and we know you're not a slow driver out there at intermediates. So, are you looking forward to Charlotte?
Yeah, it was one I had circled on my schedule. I guess we'll have to see how the race plays out. Hopefully, we get some long runs and then good fortune that we haven't, or at least I haven't seemed to have much of this season. So we'll see how it all goes. But definitely one that I'm looking forward to.
Absolutely. And one last question for the guys before I get out of here, Ray. I gotta ask. We haven't seen a win out of you since we started broadcasting. Is it coming? Can you smell it?
Yeah, I was hoping for one tonight, but 1-2-3 was pretty sweet.
Hey, absolutely. We appreciate all you guys coming in and talking us through it. A 1-2-3 for Dog Bear out here. Can't get much better than that. So we appreciate you guys.
Yep, thank you guys.
Thank you.
That was the guys of Dog Bear, 1-2-3, Jeff Schmeier, Davis Braun, and Ray Partridge. Getting it done here, Luke, at Talladega.
Yeah, and what an exciting race, Kevin. I always talk about how excited I am for Talladega every time we go out to it, and it never disappoints, that's for sure.
No, it never does. And, looking on our schedule, I'm trying to figure out if it's next week or week after we're coming to Charlotte, because I know the holiday. Yeah, okay, so we're taking next week off for Memorial Day, and then coming to Charlotte on the 1st of June. So we got a little break from CMS, unfortunately, but
Going out
hope
with a
everyone
bang, that's for
enjoys their
sure.
Memorial Day weekend next weekend. Absolutely, going out with a bang tonight. And other than that, I know we have some stuff coming up on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We have a couple off days here at Ninth Gear, but we'll get the schedule out to y'all shortly. Hope you all appreciated the schemes that Noah put together for us. Shout out to Noah Loveridge Motorsports, and Loveridge Paint Schemes for giving us those nice schemes you saw, or you saw on Vickery's car out here tonight. But other than that, I think that's about all we got.
Yeah, that was a very, very exciting one. Thank you all for coming out, and